Hey everyone, and welcome back to the show. This is Critical Cowboys. Today we'll be discussing the offense and the Monday night game against the Arizona Cardinals. So we're gonna talk about Dallas's offense, why it was not productive, why it was not really efficient. It was not efficient whatsoever. We saw that. So let's start off the top of the game. So the first, we already knew the news. We knew that the Cowboys offensive line, they were gonna start two undrafted players. One named Brandon Knight as a tackle, and the other Terrence Steele as a tackle as well. So we knew that Tyron Smith did not play due to injury. So now let's jump into the first clip that we have of just of the highlights, and we'll just discuss each little scenario piece by piece.
Can I get one of the two? Here's Dalton. Under some pressure, shovels it forward, and Zeke fumbles the football. I think Jordan Phillips came up with the football for Arizona. Here's some pressure. Baker was coming, and the ball comes out, and Arizona scoops it up. Byron Murphy came up with the football.
But during this game, Zach Martin checked out with an injury. So it really shows that they do not have a Pro Bowler on this team whatsoever. They have no Pro Bowler. They're missing two of their most key pieces in the offense, in the offensive line, and they're also missing their QB. So this whole entire offense, allows the offense to do well. So offensive line it allows the running back to be productive. It allows Dak Prescott to be productive. Even Andy Dalton allows Andy Dalton to get some time in the pocket. There was no time in the pocket against the Arizona game. The whole entire Arizona Cardinal defense was basically they put all their guys up front, and that basically created no time for Andy Dalton. He had to get rid of the ball quickly, which caused him caused two of his interceptions. We saw that Ezekiel Elliott fumbled. Andy Dalton was sacked 3 times.
Makes total sense. Pollard motions back. The backfield blitz, and Dalton is wrecked. First and goal from the 9. Dalton feels the pressure, and now he'll feel it even more. Sacked at the 13. Cardinals territory. There's CeeDee Lamb, and he's tripped up in the backfield. Byron Murphy, outstanding play for the loss of 1.
Which caused him caused 2 of his interceptions. We saw that Ezekiel Elliott fumbled. Andy Dalton was sacked 3 times. So a lot of it was contributed to they didn't have an offensive line. They didn't have one Pro Bowler. There was no Zach Martin. There was no leader on the offensive line. You had a new quarterback, Andy Dalton, on the team, and there was no leader on that offensive line. So that caused a bit of a problem. There's even the regular guys are not there. No Zach Martin, no Tyron Smith, no Joe Looney, no Lyle Collins. The regular guys that we have seen for the past couple of weeks, they're not there. So we saw Zeke fumbled. Huge fumble twice. We thought, the offense was going to go through Zeke. We thought it was going to be the focal point this week, and it wasn't. I don't know what happened to him. He didn't play well. He caused 2 fumbles. This is why they have to invest in an offensive line. It showed when you invest in an offensive line, the Dallas Cowboys, you invest, you produce a good record. Where in 2016, 2018, it showed you produces a good record and can get you into the playoffs and it wins you the division.
Here's Dalton. Puts some air underneath it, and it's intercepted. CeeDee Lamb went down, and Dre Kirkpatrick comes up with a football for Arizona. I'm surprised. And the second half starts the way the first half finished.
So Dalton, he had interception. The first one, it really cemented the game. It was pretty much a blowout. Let's be honest. Arizona Cardinals defense was basically all over the Dallas Cowboys. They recovered fumbles. They were stopping Zeke. They basically had their cornerbacks covering Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper wasn't really productive. Patrick Peterson was very solid that night. He stopped Amari Cooper until literally the fourth quarter he scored a touchdown, and that was useless basically. They picked Andy Dalton twice. We talked about that. We talked about Andy Dalton getting sacked 3 times. There was no protection. Plus, Buda Baker, I must say, Buda Baker played an extremely intense game. A lot of the defenses that Dallas is up against, I don't know why, but the offensive line that seems to collapse. You could say that that maybe caused Dak Prescott's injury. You could say he was flushed out of the pocket. He had to run, so a defensive player just basically hit him, and that caused his injury. So
3rd and 10. Dalton will try the other side. CeeDee Lamb couldn't get there. Murphy on the coverage.
He's really in a nice groove tonight, calling defenses.
2nd and 10. Dalton in trouble. They're going to bring him down again. Dalton, he's picked off. It's Buda Baker down the sideline. Dalton's not going to stop him. And Ezekiel Elliott ran him down from behind.
So I think looking towards the future next week against Washington, you gotta make sure the offensive line is stable. Try to run through Zeke, Tony Pollard, and make sure it's stable. So overall, the offensive line, we know it wasn't that good. It wasn't productive. When it's productive, it produces one of the best offenses Dallas has in football. It produces one of the best when you have a sturdy offensive line, a number 1 offensive line. We've seen this in the Colts. They have a beast offensive line, so they have basically now taken the offensive reign from Dallas. I kind of could say the offensive line that we once knew, and it's kind of over. That era's over, where they would protect Tony Romo. They would protect the young rookie Dak Prescott, and he would be successful to give him enough time in the pocket. Allow Ezekiel Elliott to run. I think it's this era that we had in this offensive line is kind of over, and the Cardinals defense was just, even though they're not that.
Got to be tough. I mean, hey, tough to watch no matter what the score is for Dak, but seeing his boys out there like this tonight, even worse. Tipped at the line. That ball fluttered. So you're saying there's a chance.
You're saying it's not so bad, huh?
31-3 looks pretty bad.
Leave it to you for the silver lining.
You know, that's glass half full kind of guy.
Line, a number 1 offensive line. We've seen this in the Colts. They have a beast offensive line, so they have basically now taken the offensive reign from Dallas. I kind of could say the offensive line that we once knew, and it's kind of over. That era's over, where they would protect Tony Romo. They would protect the young rookie Dak Prescott, and he would be successful to give him enough time in the pocket. Allow Ezekiel Elliott to run. I think it's this era that we had in this offensive line is kind of over, and the Cardinals defense was just, even though they're not that great statistically, they were just able to put pressure on the offensive line. They were able to cover the number one wide receiver on the Dallas Cowboys, and Amari Cooper. Michael Gallup had some touches. CeeDee Lamb had some touches, especially playing the slot. Andy Dalton threw to him mostly. So I think they just got to improve. I think you're up against Washington. Washington does have a good, solid defense. You got Ron Rivera, defensive-minded coach. So I think you go from there and you see what you can do.